Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Vince with Listings to Leads, and it's time to talk about how to get more listings with our system. So let me ask, people are still logging in right now, but let me ask while we're just getting started, how long have you been with us? Because I definitely see some new names. So how long you been with us and how did you find us? Was it the internet? Was it your coach? Was it your office? Put that in the chat panel. And then if you would also mind, if you wouldn't mind, let me know, do you have listings right now or do you not have listings right now? And just say yes listings, no listings, and I'll know what that means. So let's talk about how to get more listings. In case I'm not sure, looks like some of you are new. We have a lot of ways of advertising. We're here to help agents, whether you have listings or whether you don't have listings. We can help you get buyers. We can help you get sellers. We can help you build your brand. We've got great social media tools. We've got great print tools. And we also have great tools for just real estate marketing. So when agents are out there, real estate agents are looking for landing pages. Real estate agents are often thinking, I need a better social media game or just basic real estate leads. I was just talking to an agent today, which blew my mind. She said she was paying $2,000 a month to Zillow and getting zero leads. And I actually had another call from last week from somebody from Zillow saying I'm paying $2,000 a month and I'm getting no ROI. It wasn't even the same person, but that's like the model that everybody understands, right? Realtors understand that I can give a great company hundreds or thousands of dollars a month and maybe get 20 leads, or maybe right now not get any leads, which is very unusual because they realized using our system, they have 80 leads in less than a week. But those are buyer leads. And so today we got to talk about how do we get listings from this? And what I want to make sure that you understand is there are different kinds of leads that you can capture here. You can capture some from social media. You can capture some from your CRM. You can capture some from your farm market with print marketing. And then you can capture also leads from Google. And there are different qualities of these leads. And specifically, some leads will convert faster than other leads. All right. So I'm going to show this to you, but I want you to understand it right up front. I got a lot of ways to get listings leads for you. Some of those leads are great for your branding. Some of them are great for capturing high volumes of leads, but sometimes it's the tools that generate the fewest amount of leads that are the highest quality leads. So let's get into it. I did ask who has listings and who doesn't have listings, and also how long you've been with us. So I appreciate you just giving me a little insight there of who you are before we get into it. Okay, so Tom's with MVP. Glad you're here, Tom. We've been working with MVP for over 6 years. I launched their account, I think when they had 300 agents. I think you have 1,200 agents now in Southwest Florida. So you guys are doing awesome. And I know you lean heavily on our platform. And I think rightfully we can make you very productive with not too much work. Lizette, no listings. Okay. Doug has listings. Tangi was brought here by your mentor and no listings. And let me ask, let's see, 5 years. Yes, Anna's been with us for 5 years. Thank you, Anna. We appreciate it. Yeah, Michael, you're on beachfront Fort Myers and hurricanes, and I know there's all kinds of weather going on there. And Jean's from MVP too. No listings. Okay. Lizette, who are you with? What company are you with? I'm glad to see some of the MVP. Oh, so we got a few people from MVP. Awesome. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your resources. All right. Because I'm going to start talking real fast here. And you're going to need to know, what do I do to learn about what's going on with listings to leads? And the first thing I want you to do is get in our mastermind group. This is where my partner Scott and I talk about what we're delivering. There's a new video listing presentation in the system. And if you want listings, you're going to want to see that and get that. Not even sure where that is because I'm seeing that for the first time right now as we speak. But we often talk about, let's see here. Yeah. We often talk about what we're delivering. Also, people ask like what's working, right? And what's not working. And so you'll get a lot of great ideas. Here, Blair is saying, I used to run this and get a lot of leads, and now I'm not getting a lot of leads. What's the problem? And he does ask, is the image quality not high enough? And in my mind, that would be definitely the first thing. I can't quite tell what this house is. And oddly enough, I just want to state this up front. The quality of your photo, it just stops our eye. If it looks like it's faded or whatever, and I don't know what it is, I'm not going to blink, even blink to look at that. So I'm sure you've heard this from other people, but we know this from our own statistics that if you've got a high quality image and it forces us to stop and look, we're going to stop and look. Okay. So anyway, the mastermind group is a private group on Facebook. You cannot get in that. You can't find it unless you're in it. And the way to get in it is to log into your account. I'm going to log into Ben's account over here and see if he's still down here on the bottom left is your support page. Just ask right here in this box, say, please add me to the mastermind group, and they'll get you in really quickly. Is video better than still? Yes, it is. That's a bigger Facebook question. But when you're running an ad on Facebook, it's always better to have video instead of a still image. So we'll look at it. I'm not quite sure what we're coming on to here, Bruce Lee. But like, if your ad looks like this and there's a picture of a home, if there's a video, you're going to get one, it's going to get seen more. And two, Facebook is going to charge you less for the leads because they're really trying to give you a motivation to use video. Also, another place to go is our YouTube channel. And I'll send this to you right now. You can look for it. It's listingstoleads.com. You'll see that on our front page, we have that there. These are kind of testimonials here. Here's some good one-off little concepts that you may not even know you could do with our system. And then these are our current webinars, which are the webinars that I'm doing, right? And I do one or two classes every week, and then Scott usually does one or two classes every week. So you see Scott's here, and you'll see mine here on the current webinars. And, here's Facebook and Google ads. So this is, right over here, top tools to get more listings. And you'll notice that there's some white text like FSBO's geofarming, Google, Facebook. These are the topics that I focus on, like Google ads for real estate, right? In that particular one, I went deep into it. So you can see what I'm focusing on. And if there's nothing unusual, then I just go over the main highlights. But our YouTube channel is awesome. I'm going to send this to everybody on the call right now. You can always find it when you're on the internet. If you're watching this as a recording. So let's see if I can find the chat panel over here. Yeah. Give me a second. I'll send this to everybody. And, I can tell you this, we've been doing this for 13 years. And our reputation and our results are pretty stellar. Now, there is a good criticism you can make, and that is that there's just so many things to do that you're going to get overwhelmed and confused. And no matter how, as we go through time, Scott and I are definitely working on the user interface to make this easier and more intuitive. But at the very same time, we're also adding new features, right? We're creating new tools that capture buyer and seller leads. And so you are going to have to continue to learn with us. And I really think you need to watch our YouTube channels. Maybe watch a few calls that, that are related to you, because I might sound like a robot, but I'm actually a live human being. And I, oddly enough, say different things on different days of the week, right? So you might want to watch a few of these calls to find out what's going on and really learn how to leverage our platform. If you're going to be in real estate for any number of years, and that's really your own decision. If you're going to be in this for longer than like 2 years, you're going to want to be a client of ours. because we are an awesome value and we have so many ways to help your business. Today's call is how do we get you more listings? So let's get into that, right? So as I said earlier, there are multiple ways to get listings. And let's just at a high level, go look at it here and then we'll dive into it. Marketing your listings has tools to help you get more listings. Okay. And you need to know that. A lot of people think there's some magic pill from, other great companies or even from us that boom, I'm going to give these guys some money and they're going to give me awesome listings. Just boom. No, market your listings, people, and market them multiple times, and you will end up with more listings as a result. You'll, of course, get buyers. Now, we have an ad section here. So you can get listing leads from Facebook, and you can get listing leads from Google. We'll dive into this in detail. I will tell you this, Google listing leads can often be higher quality and more expensive. All right. If you don't mind, I was talking to somebody yesterday, he was saying, or last week, and he was saying, hey, I'm getting like $30 listing leads from Facebook, which from our experience is a high price for a lead from Facebook. But he's like, I don't care because I make X number of dollars and I'm willing to spend, $32,000 or $3,000 to get a good listing. Now he's not spending anywhere near that. I think you can actually get a good number of listing leads with ads for, $500. And you could split that up and get some from Facebook and from Google. We'll look at how to do that in just a minute. So we've got these PDF guides over here on the left. There are 80 PDF guides. There are 40 for home buyers, and there are 40 for home sellers, right? So since we're going to talk about how to get more listings, we're going to concentrate on this, right? On the seller side. And then there's this automated social page. Now, you might think I'm just reading things off here, but every one of these pages that I'm showing you right now have tools to get you more listings. So I'm doing it at a high level now so that you can understand like, oh, there's a lot of ways to get more listings. Some of them I have to pay for, some of them are free. I'm going to show you that this social page right here, we just added technology to make that free, capturing listing leads for you. What do you got to do? Turn it on, right? I'm pretty sure none of you have this turned on. So hopefully by the end of today, it will really jog your brain to log into your account and turn this on. We'll do it in a minute. And then the last section is landing pages. All right. And we'll start here. We'll start here on landing pages. You can create unlimited landing pages. You click that create button, you click on property valuation plus, and that's going to create an instant home value landing page. All right. Also, empty nester plus creates a landing page. And I'm going to create this. And let's see, where does this guy live? Let me do, because I'm actually working in I'm in a client's live account. And an empty nester landing page is actually something for this agent, which should be relevant. And so let's just create it now. And let's look at it. So all you have to do is type in the name of a town and click save, and it creates it, right? Now, this is what it looks like. And it says, turn that empty nest egg and, nest into a nest egg. Type in your address, get your free home value. Now he's in Hawaii. If I was in Hawaii, I'd probably change this to look like some Hawaiian people, right? It's the bulk of people living there. And so you can do that if you want. You can go over here and say somewhere there's a place to edit, I would imagine. Oh, right here. Yeah, you can change the background picture right here. Just delete it and put it up there. And then once you've done it, you can click here and share it to your social media accounts, right? Or you can say, hey, I want to run an ad. I'll show you where you run an ad on that. But you can create a landing page that quick. And then you can also create home valuation landing pages, right? So we've got a home value page for Diamond Head, which is a neighborhood right out on the other side of Honolulu. So again, this works the same way. It's just got different language on it. type in your address, give us your email address, and we're going to give you a home value. All right. You want to create these things. Like if you want more listings, you need to go and create the home valuation landing pages for your neighborhoods, for your farm markets. All right. And then once you do that, there are lots of things that you can do from there. Right. I do want to point out right away, after you've created it, you should always put in a picture of the background that means something to you. Click on that green button that says edit and tools. When you click on edit and tools, we drop you on this box right here on the left where you can change this background picture. Make that background picture relevant to your landing page. Then click advanced options and go to print marketing and either use this postcard or this door hanger. And in this case, I always like the letters, right? I'm going to download this one. It's just a simple piece of paper, guys. And let me explain something to you. The simple pieces of paper that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to talk about two. They generate the highest quality listing leads. Okay. I can talk to you about Google and Facebook, and I will. And you can capture more leads that way on Google and on Facebook. But they will not convert as fast into an actual contract as you will get from a piece of paper like this. So I see questions coming in. Let's take them, and then I will drive into it. Are any of those boards, these PDFs can be created as postcards? Yes, Samson. We're not there yet. What if our listing is in contract? Daphne, I would market your listing if it's in contract, if your MLS allows. We'll get into that. That's Facebook ads. With a landing page, when you sync on your Facebook, will it be placed as in a post? Yes, Samson. We'll answer all those questions when we get there. So this is a piece of paper that says home sold report. This text right here, you should update yourself. You should find out how many homes sold last month in March and just say, hey, the high was here, the low was here, the average is here, blah, blah, blah. Keep it all on one page. Really, the point is we want you to get to this page. And I want to say something here, because this is a really good point that you guys should understand, because I know you're going to be asking. You see this QR code here? This QR code will take you to that mobile website of this page. Okay. And I can tell you this from my own experience, and Scott knows it too, but then he forgets it and then he designs a thing and it's all messed up. So then it takes me a while to get back to the tech team and say, get that off of there. What I'm trying to tell you is you're going to see where we have home valuation pages and we have QR codes that will drive you there. Just like right here. Do you see that big QR code, that square? That will take your smartphone and drive you to that page. But let me make it crystal clear to you. If you drive somebody to a QR code, you have less likelihood of getting the lead. I don't know why this is. Maybe they got a phone call. Maybe they're so distracted from all the apps on their phone. Maybe it's too hard for them to do it on their phone. But if you take a QR code and drive them to a home valuation landing page, you have far less likelihood of success as if you drive them to the exact same page on a desktop computer like this. Does anybody not understand what I'm telling you? Because this is an important factor. You'll see us give you QR codes. Agents are all excited about QR codes ever since COVID, but there's just the reality of what are you forcing somebody to do on a page like this through their phone? Any questions there? I want to make sure you understand that you can't use a QR code on mobile. Let me be 100% clear. QR codes are designed for mobile phones and they take them to a web page. If you take people to this web page on a mobile phone, you are not likely going to get the lead. If you take people to this web page on their computer, meaning they took a piece of paper into their house and said, oh, I'm going to go here, they will then fill out that form. how you entered the landing page empty nesters. Yeah. So Gene is wondering, how did we make the landing page empty nesters? We went here to the landing page section. We clicked on create landing page and we went to this drop down and we said empty nester plus has an instant valuation. And once you click that, you type in the name of your favorite town. I already created one, so I'm not going to create another one. But property valuation plus is the instant home valuation. That's not for a homeowner. It is for a homeowner, but it's not specifically about, it's not about, empty nesters is about, I've held it for a long time. It's time to move. Yes. So Mo Franklin is asking, don't use the QR code if you're trying to get listing leads. If you're trying to get buyer leads, use the QR code. But we're trying to get listings. So I want you all to know. And frankly, you'd be surprised, but I have to lobby to get stuff fixed around here half the time. And I know from experience, and Scott knows from experience, but then he forgets, is that when you drive people to these forums on mobile, they just stop. And they're like, what? I got all these clicks. People like you will come to us and say, oh, I got all these clicks, but I didn't get any leads. Yeah. And that's just a sad story. If we had taken that off for you, right? If we had taken that QR code off for you, you would have been better off. And if I go right here to this edit, there's a pencil there. You could just take this off yourself and say, you know what? I don't want that there. I just want people. And if it were me, if I was doing this, guys, because let me tell you, you know how old the average realtor is in the United States? 52, 54 years old, like right there. So how old do you think the average homeowner is? I think the average homeowner is probably same age, right? There's some that are younger, and there's some. In fact, all I'm getting to is that if that's your most important link, what if I don't have my readers on and I cannot see that link? I would make that link super big, right? And then I click download. And once you download it, it's going to give us the refresh change. So hopefully I'm going to, it looks like this, right? I don't have a QR code because I don't want people to go there on their phone. I want them to type that. And it's like big right now, get your free home value. That's the edit I would make. And so anyway, that's just one little piece of this deal, right? It's create your landing pages for either empty nester or property valuation plus for your farm markets, for all of your farm markets. Okay. Now I'm going to take us over to our mastermind group. You remember when I was talking about our mastermind group? And I definitely want you to remember this name, Chris Winston, because he gives us the very best recipe to take letters like that and get listing leads. He gives 5 listings in 3 months with those tools. Let me show you what he did. And you can all do this. He says, I mail that letter out every other week to my neighbors who've owned their homes for 5 years or more. How did he do that? He bought a list of homeowners from Remind.com. You can buy that kind of list of homeowners from Remind. I think you can get it from RedX and from HomeSnap. There's probably other companies. Maybe your title company will help you as well. So if you're making landing pages for multiple towns, you probably should get that list for each one of those towns. And then like Chris here, mail those letters out every other week to that neighborhood. And then he says, once they opt in on the home valuation landing page, I hit them up every week with phone calls, letters left at the door, and letters via mail. Okay. So he's creating this page. He's mailing it out every 2 weeks to a list of people that he's bought. And then once he gets the lead, because you have to give him his email address, and he already bought the list, right? He bought the list. So he knows his whole target market. So when he gets that address, he's got their phone email. So he starts texting And then he goes and gets our PDF guides and he puts them in an envelope and he writes a big felt tip envelope and he drops it off and says, "Hey, I'm in the neighborhood, thought I could help you." He does this every week, right? These are high quality listing leads. These are not Facebook online leads. These are high quality leads that he has mailed a letter to every 2 weeks. I don't know if this is not clear for you. If there are any questions about this, is the very best strategy you can be using, and it works for a lot of our clients. Now, that's just in the back end and advanced options of any home valuation page that you create, right? But there's also, if we go to listings, the letter he is using is created here. I definitely want to make sure you're using it here too. So when you have a listing, it sits here and it could be just listed. It could be open house. It could be just sold. It could be pending. And you will notice that we have a nearby homeowner letter. And that nearby homeowner letter looks similar. Let's download it here. It looks very similar to the page we've been talking about, right? This is about, hey, this is the home sold report in Honolulu. But this one here is, hey, I just sold a home in your neighborhood, right? And go here to find out about it, or text here, right? So then we always say when that home is sold, it's going to affect your home value. So we're driving people to this page this way. Again, I might edit it and make that page, that link bigger for all the old timers who are in there. Okay. You would be able to download that list into an audience. Doug, that's a great question. If you bought the list from Remine or HomeSnap or whoever, you could upload it, Doug, into Facebook as a custom audience. And that is such a smart thing to do. Because imagine that you're going to buy a list of all homeowners in Honolulu who've owned their homes for 5 or 10 years, and you start doing a mailing every 2 weeks. And every time you do a mailing, you upload a custom list. You only need to do it one time to Facebook and say, "Hey, I also want to mail the electronic. I want to send out an ad on the electronic version. I just sold this home." And Mo is asking, are the postcards effective? In my mind, personally, I don't think they are effective. They are, however, cheaper to get out. They're less work for you to get out. They're cheaper to mail. But this is just me personally. I sort my mail at my mailbox. Postcards don't even get into my house. Scott, however, takes everything that he gets from any realtor and reads it all, but that's more like competitive information. I don't know what the average consumer does, but my God, I don't know about you, Mo, but I get far more junk mail than I get actual business mail, So postcards don't make it in my house. A letter, and we've had clients here. Let me show you something here. This is Dustin Pops from Pearson Smith up in America. He mailed that letter with first-class stamps. And his assumption was, if I do it with a first-class stamp, people will actually look at it because it doesn't look like it's a spam bulk mail. The key is the letter does not work if people don't look at it. And what you're really trying to get them to is go check out your free home guide. So it's worth testing, Mo. I actually it depends on where you are with your budget and with your brand. You want to do this, guys. Again, if you're going to be in this space for a while, you're going to want to be building up. You want to own a neighborhood, right? You don't want to throw one marketing piece in there once a year and think your life is going to change. You want to be the person that people call in your neighborhood. So you're doing this every other week. So maybe sometimes you're sending a postcard. Maybe sometimes you're sending a letter. Of course, you're running ads targeting those same people because just like Doug said, you can create a custom audience so you're in front of them. So that's kind of it. You're creating a serious listing machine. It takes multiple avenues, right? Think of it this way. I think that you just had an unending budget, right? Well, you would have a TV ad. You would have a bus sign. You'd have a bus, this buses drive by. There's your picture there. Hey, let us sell your home. You'd have a bus stop. I sit there, there's an ad, maybe print. You got all these ways of doing that. But and I know that is multiple thousands of dollars. This could get, if you were spending $1,000 a month on everything I was showing you here, you would be getting listings every month. So it's a smaller budget, smaller brand imprint, but you'll get a return on that. I think people who are spending $500 to $700 a month will get it's remine. I think it's remine, like I'm mining a minefield. It might be remined. I don't know. I can never remember that. Does anybody know what is Collister? What about if I'm using Collister? Judith, what is Collister? Can I utilize this software? I don't know what Collister is. So let me know, Judith. Okay. So we're looking at listings and you can even, let me tell you this, guys. Let's say that CoLister. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So let me tell you this, and I was actually going to answer a related question. Let's say that you want to build business in Honolulu, in Diamond Head, right? Here's my page, Diamond Head. But you don't actually have any listings in Diamond Head right now because you sold it. Maybe you could go to your office and say, hey, can I borrow a listing of somebody in Diamond Head? Because I want to market it and get some stuff, right? So you click grab active listing, and Judith, this is the answer for you as well. You just pull the listing in, you drop in the zip code and the MLS ID. Maybe you're doing an open house. You're going to sit in an open house for another agent. You pull in the listing right here. Or maybe your office is like, maybe you're with EXP or Keller Williams where their culture is, hey, if that listing is in our office, you can market. Any of those options or more, assuming that you have the permission to market a listing, you pull it in with just the zip code and MLS ID, click grab. We're going to drop it in. It's going to sit here just like this. And all the tools I'm showing you are right there. The tool I've been talking about is the Nearby Homeowner Letter. This is the #1 tool for getting more listings. You don't get the most amount of listing leads with this. You're not getting 50 leads in a week like a Facebook ad. But these leads will convert the fastest into business. That's why that guy, Chris Winston, is hitting these people up every week because they are the highest quality leads. Now, if you've got a CRM, notice this e-flyer for your database. This is an electronic version of that print letter. It says, hey, I got a home, it's sold, up top. What does it say below? That affected your home value. You click on this or you click on this, you're going to go right off of my CRM or my email into my home value page. If you're an agent with hundreds or thousands of leads, use this. You just go here, it's called the e-flyer for your database. You click copy code, that's copying the HTML code, and then you go to your CRM, you paste in the HTML code, then you click a button and it turns into this graphic look, and then you blast it, okay? That you should be doing, depending on the size of your database, maybe every week or every other week. You can do it with listings that are your own. You can do it with sold, just listed, open house. You want to get that in, okay? So Nearby Homeowner Letter, this one. And I do want to point out that there is something here. It's share on seller social media. All right. This is a hard one. We actually email this tool to you, and then we give you instructions for you to read. But, we've been doing this for 13 years, and I can tell you, realtors, they don't like to read instructions. They just don't do it. So what do? They ignore it. But let me show you what it actually means. When I go to my page, this is my garden right here. This is the post. We email you a post and we say, send this to your homeowner, right? And once you've sent it to your homeowner, get it and call them. Call them and tell them, put them on their wall. So imagine that Ben, my realtor, sent this to me and called me and said, hey, would you put this on your wall? Especially after it's sold, because it says our home is sold and we want to recommend Ben at Corcoran Pacific. Here's his phone number and email address for all my friends and family on Facebook to see. If somebody logs in, next week, next month, and goes, whoa, he sold his home. Whoa, that's wild. That's a surprise. If they own a home, they might be curious. And if they click on this, we're going to drive them to this page, which is the just sold home single property website that we automatically created. And this right here, it says get your home value. This pops up automatically because we're not trying to get buyers with homes that are sold. We're trying to get you listings. So take advantage of our sold advertising. Samson is asking me, how do I add a CRM code? How do I add a CRM code? You go to your profile, Samson, and there is a place that says CRM integration. And you just click on the CRM that you have and you drop the code there. So I want to point out one more thing since we're looking at this. And this is specific for there's a bunch of you from MVP Realty. This is specific to you, and this is specific to anybody that is in a office account or a team account. When you scroll down our pages, you'll notice that we always have a big graphic of what is your home worth. Now, this is the lead capture form. That's what is your home. But if you scroll down, we'll have what is your home worth. If you scroll all the way down, there's a big old footer there that says, what is your home? What is your home? So why would we do that? Why would we do that? We do this because we use our common sense. We use what which is there are people out there looking at homes who actually own a home. They just don't want to talk to a realtor. And they're wondering what's going on in the market, right? So we've got multiple call to actions to help ferret that out. But here is the problem, guys. If you are in a team account, an office account, this lead capture is going to the office, not to you. And you want to make sure up here on the left in these lead capture right here, there should be something that says free home values. When you click on free home value, make sure that is your username in the URL. That's how you know it's your link. If you go into your eFlyers or your single property website and you click on free home values there, and that's not your username, that means those leads are not going to you. They're going to the office. It's not the office's fault. It's our fault because we cannot seem to program that. But that means that this lead capture here and at the bottom of your page, if you're in an office account or team account, is going to your office. These home value leads are going to the office. You want to fix that. And you do that by going to lead links. Let's close some of these things. Lead links is a setup thing. So you set it up in the beginning. And here it is, says lead links. And you'll have a free home value link and you can hover over it and you'll notice that Ben's username is there. So it's cool. But if it's not there, you can go, okay, I want to make sure everything is going to my landing page. So I'm going to click on view and my free home. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go over to my lead links page and I'm going to click free home values and click edit, which is the pencil. And then I'm going to swap out the office one for mine. Okay. That's what you want to do if you're in a team account. If you're in an agent account, that will not be a problem. Okay. So we talked about how to get more listings by using your listings. We talked about landing pages. Let's talk about PDF guides. We talked about them earlier. I want to point out, if you go to this page that says PDF guides, you can download it here. And you remember when I was telling you, Chris Winstead is downloading, he's leaving envelopes at these high quality listing leads houses. He's downloading just a PDF guide for homeowners, right? And he puts it in an envelope and he signs it and says, hey, let me know if I can help you. You can also click this green button and you can say, hey, here's a script to make a short form video. Here's how I can make a postcard or door hanger to get people to go to that PDF guide. In that case, using QR codes to a PDF guide works great because they work on the phone. If you have a postcard and I can scan it, take my phone and download it right there, awesome. That's going to work. And then there's a landing page. So if we give you a QR code or if we give you a URL and you're using any of our tools to get people to download a report, we're going to send them to this page first. You'll notice that you have to give us your address and contact information in order to download it for free. So whatever you're doing over here on the PDF guide, any of these solutions, there's going to be a landing page. Okay. So you can say, I want to share this to my social media right here. And we're pre-writing it. It's all done. It looks good. And you can just click post now. That's if you want to do it by hand. If you like to log in and do things manually all the time. If you want us to do it for you automatically, go to the social page over here. Now, if you've never even logged into the social page, it'll take you a few minutes to set up. It's going to ask you to connect to your social media account. So you connect to your Facebook, to your Instagram, to your LinkedIn. You connect to Twitter, right? Assuming Twitter's going to be alive, which there's some discussion that's not going to be lasting too long. But you connect to your social media accounts, and it takes a while because we're just updating so many things whenever we click on social. There are over 45 different topics of real estate related content that you can post, that we can post for you automatically. So when you come here, we're going to tell you, connect to your social media accounts, tell us how often you want us to publish, and choose your topics. Ben has a lot of topics that he likes us to talk about, right? And if you click in these eyeballs, you'll see all the articles we've written. But what I want you to focus on is this topic of PDF seller guides and PDF buyer guides, because we're going to automatically post all those PDF reports to your social media pages. And they look cool. They're going to be nicely written. When they click on it, they're going to land on this page where they have to give you their contact information before they can download it. So what that means is we're putting those PDF guides for free on your social media accounts, and people can download it for free if they give you their contact information. This is a really smart thing to do for all of you. You should be doing this as soon as we get off the call. So we've got PDF guides, we've got social. Let's talk about ads. So on ads, I got to just be clear. Let me ask a question, if you don't mind. Give me a yes or no answer in the chat panel. How many of you have run an ad on Google? Please. I'm hearing a lot of no's. Yes or no? So Doug is asking, does a contact information have to give you contact information more than once? Yes. If they're seeing multiple PDF guides, they're going to have to give you contact information every time they download. Yeah. Your Google is suspended. Sorry, Samson. I got 2 yeses, 3 yeses, and about 10 no's. So that's about, 30%. Normally, it's between 10 and 20% of agents know about Google. So let me show you something, guys. Google is the #1 website in the entire globe and in the US. Okay. 86% of all searches on the internet start here. Now, we have been talking about Facebook for years, right? And we can get a lot of low-cost leads on Facebook. But on Facebook, people come to Facebook to look at what their friends are doing and to look at their news and see their grandkids and see what your friends are eating, right? They all like to share that kind of stuff here, and so your ads show up right here in the middle column. And that's what makes it so easy. Americans spend 40 minutes a day scrolling through this newsfeed on their phone, at work, at home, watching the game. They're looking at Facebook. But when they have a question, where's the best steak in Miami? Where's the best hotel in New York? What's the best car to buy? And more related to this, how do I sell my home? 86% of all those searches start right here. And you see these keywords? These people down here where it says sponsored, these people are paying for those keywords in my area. You might want to do some searches on Google in your area and find out who's over here taking up market share from you. And that gets to, how do I compete there? You come here, when you come, if you've never been to our ads page, you can connect to your Facebook ad account, and you can connect to your Google ad account. And from there, you can run ads on landing pages, which you talked about, like home valuation landing pages or empty nester landing pages, or you can run ads to the PDF guides, right? So we talked about how the social page, you put it on your social media accounts, but that's a small group of people, right? We said that over here on PDF guides page, you can get a postcard or a door hanger and you can mail that, but that's a small amount of people too. But then over here is Google, I say, hey, I want to run people and get people to these PDF guides or these landing pages. But now I want to say everybody in the zip code, if they go to Google and ask, how do I sell my home, or some related search like that, that's how it works. Okay. Let's look at Facebook. There are 3 kinds of Facebook ads. I see a question. Feel free to ask them here. What is the average budget for agents to do these? We'll get in that in just a minute, Jude. But watch what I'm about to tell you guys. There are 3 kinds of ads to run on Facebook to get listing leads. A listing ad, a landing page ad, and a PDF ad. Let's go to the listing ad first. If you run an ad on a home that is pending or under contract or sold, the call to action is designed to get listings. You notice I got a sold property. I click create an ad. It says, hey, this home is sold. That affects your home value. Click below to get your free home value. Okay. All I have to do is click publish. Boom. $50 ad. You may not know, but these ads, both on Google and Facebook, are called pay-per-click ads. So every time I click on the ad, over here, that agent, whoever, John, it sounds like, is going to pay for that click. All right. This is on Google. How much do you think that click costs? I can tell you this because I just talked to somebody in Dallas last week. That click costs $30 on Google. On Facebook, for this sold ad, that click costs $7, $6 or $7. If you divide 7 into 50, what is that? 5? Something like that? No, I'm sorry. It's 70. Yeah, it's somewhere up there. But there's a time where you divide 7 into 50. That's how many seller leads you're going to get when you run a sold ad. If you run an ad on a home that is under contract, often those leads cost $2.50. So if you're running a $50 ad, it's 9 actually. I'm sorry. I need more coffee. If you're running a $50 ad on a home that's under contract, those leads can cost $2.50, even less. And that means you're going to get 20 leads, right? So it's pay-per-click. Every time somebody clicks and you get a lead, they're going to chew off a little bit of your money. So that's running a listing ad. What if I want to run a landing page ad, like empty nesters in Honolulu, like we just created? I'm going to click create an ad, and it will be already written. All I got to do is type in Honolulu, right? And then publish. Now, I don't know. Normally, if we're running an ad on a landing page like this, these leads cost more. All right. And let me show you this one because this will be a little more clear to understand. I'm going to do Diamond Head. Remember, we were looking at Diamond Head earlier. There's a problem with running a Diamond Head ad on Facebook. And the problem is you can't, let's see if I can even pull it up here. So Diamond Head is not actually on the map of Facebook. But if I type in Honolulu, Diamond Head is actually a neighborhood of Honolulu. Maybe I'll do it like this. But here's the problem. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to say Honolulu City. For a lot of you, not being able to shrink this radius makes this ad very ineffective. It overshoots the neighborhood. And all these people are seeing it, but it's only talking about Diamond Head, which is really just a small part of Honolulu. You can't target. That's why getting those custom audience lists, like I was saying earlier from Remind or RedX or whatever, then you can target it that way, because you can say, hey, I want to retarget my list. Now, he doesn't have one made, but if he did, and it says Honolulu homeowners, he could target those people. But just doing it like this without retargeting, this could be a wasteful exercise. But those are the kinds of ads you can run, right? We can do a landing page, listing ads, and PDF guides for sellers. And let's do one right here. I see some questions. Let me finish this one, then we'll answer your questions. And we've got just over 5 minutes, got 6 minutes. So I'm going to focus on sellers, and I'm going to focus on divorce and real estate. I just asked this question. Do you know the average length that a person owns a home in the United States? It's 7 years. Go find out the average length of a marriage in the United States right now, and it's right around there. So this is something that you probably want to put out in the market every once in a while, because somebody's probably going to sell a home and somebody's probably going to get divorced. And this is how you do it. And this one, you can actually say, you know what? I'm not worried about the radius. I'm actually going to put it wider, because I drive 45 minutes for business. And so I'll go 45-mile radius. This could be valuable for anybody. Publish. That's how it goes. And before they download it, they got to give you their name, email, and phone number. Okay. Yeah, 57. Okay, so it's 7. 49, that's right. Thank you. My brain. I used to know that stuff when I was a kid. Isn't it true that we shouldn't target a location and use our custom audience at the same time, unless you should target a location if you don't have a custom audience. If you have a custom audience, just use the custom audience. I hope that makes sense. It's not confusing. Most people don't have custom audiences set up, so you got to use the location. When you're buying a list of people and you're creating a custom audience, it is obviously in some geographical location. So you could just say, yeah, I'm going to retarget. I'm going to target my list of homeowners. Boom, go there. You use both and kill your results. So don't use a location when you're using the custom audience, is what you're getting at. I think that's what you're trying to say. And I think, yeah, that would, so if you're using a custom audience, don't target your location. You just won't get any results. Okay. Let's get out of here, this account, and let's go over to Google. I have another account that uses Google, and I definitely want everybody, again, that, if you're going to be in this space for more than 2 to 3 years, this is the long haul for you. You need to get your arms around Google. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You need to get your arms around Google. But in real estate, this is where you have to have a solid strategy. And I hear some weird strategies out there of how to tackle Google. Ours is way more straightforward. Remember how I said, how do I sell my home? When people ask a question on Google, we're going to help you give a solution right here. You're going to be on this sponsored page. You'll have to go here. You'll have to subscribe to our Google software, which is $30 a month. And then you can run a landing page ad or PDF guide ad. Now, remember, we talked about all those PDF guides. There are 40 PDF guides here. 5 dangers of overpricing. You could just say, hey, I want to do this and create an ad. And I'm going to type in Dallas. Now, I just mentioned, I think I did, but I talk so much I forget. I just spoke to somebody who said, yeah, our seller leads, just like this, from an ad like this, are costing $30 a lead. Now, I did talk to Scott and our tech team last week, and we are going to change this to a $50 a day budget. Okay, not 10. Because let me tell you why. There are no $10 seller leads on Google. Okay, Dallas is $30. I'm going to think there's a lot of competition in Dallas. I don't know where all you guys are sitting, but you might live with less competition in your local market. And that lead could cost you $20, right? But if you got a $10 daily budget and the leads cost 20, you're not getting anything. And that's bad. That's bad for you. It's also bad for us because it makes it look like our software doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. We just have not configured it. What we're going to be doing here by default is changing it to a 7-day ad. And we're going to be making it a $50 budget. Okay. Why? That means that you could spend $350, right? Because it's sorry. Yeah. Times 50. But you will be getting listing leads from that. All right. And that's really what you want. That's ideally what you should get. Yeah. You should be getting, hopefully not a $30 lead, maybe it's $20. But you can figure out what's happening. When they click on the lead, we're driving them to this page. And that's cool. But they got to fill that out to download, right? So that's what we're on about. That's what we want to make sure that we're doing. So you're going to see that $50 change. You could change it. But I'll tell you this. I don't know if you run ads on Facebook and you'll know that they kind of view the ad for 2 hours or 20 minutes or even a day. Google does the same thing. Sometimes our clients or just Google ads, they take 2 days for them to approve. So if you've got a 1-day ad, it may not even get approved. So what I would do, if you really want to test it out with a few bucks, just change your ad to a 4-day ad, and make it a $50 an ad. So your max $200 you're going to spend, but you're going to be able to quantify your leads, right? I definitely recommend that you run landing page ads. And let me just show you, you remember that when I showed you this one, it says, how do I sell my home? Over here, you don't have to do this, but if you click on it, advanced options, we automatically put all kinds of keywords in here. So this is what you're going after, right? We make it very easy to have successful ads on Google. This will get the ad on the first page of Google. Yeah, that's if you are right here with the sponsored ads. That's what it is. Zillow and Realtor.com, they're down here. That's because these keywords we're paying for, right? That's how that works. So Judith had a question about what should your budget be? And I think that on Facebook, if you're a brand new agent and you don't have your own listings and you're just getting in the business, I think you should be spending $200 a month on Facebook ads. Okay. And just start there and divide that 200 into $25 ads. Run 2 ads a week. Run one on a listing, run one on a PDF guide. So that you're building your branding, you're showing people that you are a resource for real estate. 5,000 to 15,000 people will see your business pages for that $200 a month on Facebook. Okay. And you'll get leads. You'll get a lot of leads. But if you're a realtor who's been in the space for a while, who wants listings and who has listings, you might want to move your Facebook budget to $300 to $500. If you're somebody managing 5 listings, you probably want a monthly budget on Facebook of just $500. But then you're going to want a Google budget of probably $200 to $300 just to get started until you really understand what you're doing with Google. We make it very easy. And then think of it this way. When I talked to this guy in Dallas who's getting $30 leads, he's like, I said, wow, that's a lot of money. He's like, oh no. He's like, we're selling homes at a very high price. If I can get a listing lead for $1,000 to $2,000, like if I spend all this marketing and I spend $1,000 to $2,000, I'm going to triple my income from that investment. So I definitely want to be using Google. And you got to think about that. What are you doing? Like, what's your cost for a listing? Is it 200? Is the average 200,000? Is the average 600,000? Because then you do the math on your commission and how much you want to spend to get that, right? Ideally, you could say, hey, I'm going to spend, if I'm going to make 10,000, I want to spend 1,000 or 2,000 to get that listing so that I pocket 8. Now you know you've got ways to mail, you've got ways to use Google, you've got ways to use Facebook, and you can mix it up and you can mix your ad budget until you realize, like, you know what? Like these print letters maybe are better, or maybe Google's better, or maybe running, under contract ads on Facebook is better. So you have a pipeline of people who are thinking about selling their home, and you keep working on them that way that Chris would say, drop something on, hit them up every week, phone calls, bomb, all that, to make sure that, these higher quality leads you're working on. I want to tell you, Chris put this up here a couple summers ago. He became the top listing agent and very quickly started his own office. And the very first thing he does is create a YouTube video to teach agents how to customize our tools to get even more leads. If you're interested in getting more leads, I would go get in the mastermind group and check out what he's saying, because he's a smart guy. He went from moving from another state to Texas, crushes it, becomes the top listing agent in that office, and starts his own office. He probably has a good idea of how to use our tool. You might just want to go check out his YouTube channel. So everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for the questions. I hope this has helped you. Are there any other questions? Yeah, I don't see any other questions. So this call is being recorded. It will be in our mastermind group, and it will be on our YouTube channel by tomorrow. You're welcome, Ari. Thanks, everybody. Have a good season out there. I hope we see you on the training calls throughout the year. We are pushing new technology all the time. You need to be using as much of it as you can. It's all designed to get you more buyers or more sellers, and definitely to build your brand. So thanks a lot, everybody. Talk to you soon.